Alright, boys and girls. This is my game review. So, as you can see, there's a whole list of games on my little screen, which I thought of last night and a couple of days ago. There's a couple of games I've recently added. Anyway, yeah, this is more. I played a lot of games anyway. Let's get started. I played a lot of games when I was young. Obviously, I started off in arcades and on computer. Worked my way down to Game Boy Advance games, PS1, PS2. Then I switched to Xbox 360 because who's playing a PS3 at them times? And then I'm on Xbox One now, so that's my little journey to how I started. There'll be some confusing ones like why this is here, but I'll explain. These two, each yeah. Anyway, each of these has a story. Stick with me on the journey. I'll make it funny. I'll add some things in here to make it more funny. Anyway, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Now, the first game I ever played has got to be Time Crisis. Now, this is a tier list. Everyone's doing tier lists. I don't think it's a new thing, but I think iDubbbz, you recently did one, and again, I did a food one recently, which was quite long, and I guess this one's going to be quite long because I do waffle on a lot, but it's just something I want to keep, maybe show my kids. Right, Time Crisis. Back in the old days, I think back in 2005-ish, 6-ish, this was primary school times for me, when I was about 12 years old, 11 years old, 10 years old, that area, I didn't have a PS1, PS2, I didn't have a PS1, any games consoles, not even a computer back then. I was a bit behind on all this stuff. I didn't even have Wi-Fi back then, I think. A lot of people didn't because it was quite expensive and pretty unknown. But I didn't have Wi-Fi. We had landline, but we didn't have Wi-Fi. So I remember getting Wi-Fi, which was quite late. I remember it was around this time. But we'll get into that. We're going to start on Time Crisis. Time Crisis was the first game I ever played. Now, out of all these games, I can see this list is more of a nostalgic list, more of a not how good the game was, because there should be other games on it. For example, let's stop what we're doing. Stop. San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, not on here. Enough said. So this is more of a nostalgic list, and we'll get on to why San Andreas isn't on here if I remember. But yeah, Time Crisis arcade down in Central London Arcade. There was a Namco arcade in Central. I always used to go down there with my dad when I was in that school, like on the weekends and all that, and some holidays, and all that stuff. So I used to go down there with my dad. So for nostalgia and for fun, he never used to play this, by the way. It was just me, so it was always just me standing there. Sometimes I'll see a random friend, like a random person will be there, and I'd be like, "Oh, should I play them?" And I'm always a bit too shy. I was like 10 years old back then. So for now, as a border mark, we're going to put Time Crisis for me. And also, it was always expensive. Like as a young guy, I'd pay £1 to play it. So for now, Time Crisis is on the lower tier for me, I think. Just for the pure reason I had to pay money to play it. Alright, where should we start? We should start this way around, shouldn't we? Let's move this down a bit. Okay. Ah! Okay. Next game on the list. So, that was around 2000 I'm trying to think, 2009? 2010 area, I'm pretty sure. This is before I was in school. Before I was in secondary school, which is these days. But we move on to 2010-ish. 2010-ish. No. Even earlier, fuck. 2000, 2005. 2005, 2006. 2005, 2006 was this one. Ignore what I said before. 2005, 2006 is this one. Alright, now we're moving on to 2007 to 2005, 2007. 5 years of that. This is the same period as these, okay? I'm confusing myself. Alright, so our next game Now, each of these games has its own little story behind it, because I remember each of these 4 games and how I got them, and how I even got a PC. I remember my dad not found one, but he got one on the. I think he bought one. It was one of them old school big fat ones with a big back white. It was like all white and just old school PC. We used to have a table for it on the living room, like a specific table for it. It's crazy. And all the wires dangling below it. And we had a little chair where I used to sit on it. Where I used to sit on the chair and play it. Anyway, so first game I had was Flight Simulator. I'm pretty sure this was free inside the computer. Now, I remember playing this a lot as a young kid, and we didn't have internet back then. By the way, this is when we didn't have internet, and you can imagine Flight Simulator. So many buttons for this game. To take off was a mission. To just like get the plane moving was even hard. So I remember this game really well, like learning how to take off and always crashing a lot. Hardest thing ever was to land. You could take off, fair enough, you learn how to take off, but it was landing back down, because I'm pretty sure I couldn't figure out how to do third person mode. I was always in first person mode, and I'd crash a lot, and it was a bit annoying. But I don't think there was any missions to this game. It was just fly around a 3D or 2D image of Earth. Pretty sure it's 2D. Yeah, everything was flat, and yeah, this was before Google Maps 3D. I still think Google Maps was around then. So I have fun memories playing Flight Simulator. Fun memories. So we're gonna put but again, with these retro oldie games, I can't put them high up. So I'm gonna put Flight Simulator as a D category, just for the fun I had. This is like my first proper game, and it's like literally my first ever game was Flight Simulator. And it says 2002 there, but yeah, I was playing it a lot later than 2002. Let's just say that, because I was broke, and we always had the old Windows 95 we had for a long time. I remember that Windows 95. Was it XP? Might be an XP. Anyway, next game. These 3 games. Let's leave them. This rally game, I remember getting it. My dad got it. I think he might have got it cheap, and he just gave it to me. He's like, "Oh, play this." This rally game was alright. It was alright little game, that. But again, I don't really remember much of it. So for me, it's going in the F class. As I wasn't really into rally games. I don't know why. I just didn't really find it interesting. But I remember I only had 2 games at them times. So I only had this and this at them times. And the arcade was too far to go to play some games. Anyway, so we got the rally game, and we got, let's zoom in a little bit. We got the rally game, and we got the Flight Simulator game. Okay, next is, these 3 games were my favourite. I remember having these games. You had to put the CD in, and then you had to install the CD and all that stuff. I remember doing all of that. But this game here, well, still to this day, is one of my favourite games ever. So for that, it's going up here. It's a bit like Minecraft. It's just the whole do what you want. There were scenarios and all that. I always found the scenarios hard, but I've recently downloaded the OTC version, the online something version, and they've updated it a lot, and it's really good, really good. So if anyone's interested on playing the online version now, it's free for the Mac and all that. Just download it, mate. It'll be the best decision you made. Really fun game. I'm going to play this on holiday when I go on holiday. Take my laptop with me. Alright, so lots of scenarios, lots of fun. When I was younger, I never used to do the scenarios, I'll be honest. I always found them too hard. And I was just there building theme parks, crazy theme parks, always loaning a lot of money from the bank. Anyway, theme, that's going to stay there because it's like I haven't decided for B or A.